Whether you're taking algebra, geometry, pre-calculus, calculus, chemistry, or physics, sooner or later, you're going to need to graph an equation. Good news is that your TI-84 calculator can do most of the hard work for you. In just a few minutes, you'll learn how to enter equations, graph one or several functions at the same time, adjust the viewing window, and use the calculator to quickly find intercepts and intersections of two graphs. By the end of this video, you have an essential graphing skills you'll use throughout high school and college. Suppose we want to graph the equation y equals 2x plus 1. You were probably taught to find several values of x and substitute them into the equation to determine the resulting value of y. So many people will go from, let's say, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So you would say then that y would equal 2 times -3 minus 1 and 6 negative, that'd be a -7. So you would write -3, -7, and you repeat this several times to come up with a graph. Well, let's do it on the calculator instead of doing it the hard way. To begin on the calculator, first thing let's do is let's enter our equation. So we go to y equals, we'll say 2x minus 1. Okay, that will be our equation. Next thing you want to do is go to Windows and make sure that your minimum and maximum values for both the x and y are -10, +10, -10, +10. So I need to change this one to a 10. And this is basically the standard Windows setup that we normally use. Let's make sure all plots are turned off before graphing. So if I go second y equals, all the plots are off, which is good. So then we're ready to hit the graph key, and our function will appear on the graph. So the graph shows you the values of x. If I hit second in the graph, which is table, it gives you basically the same table as you would do by hand if you were actually substituting the values into the equation. Let's enter another equation. So let's say that -2/3 x. So I have to use the negative key here, not the minus, -2/3 x plus 4/3. Okay, so our window is still set. So we go to graph this. And this is what we have. Notice that all the action is going on in this region here. So if I want to make this larger so it's easier to see, I have several options. Okay, first option, we'll hit the zoom key. We'll go to option number 2, zoom in. Press enter. And my cursor is in a good location, so I'm just going to hit enter again. And it's going to enlarge the area next to where the cursor was at. So it makes it a little easier to see. All right, if you want to go back to the original Windows settings, if I go zoom and go down to number 6, which is zoom standard, then it's going to go back to the -10, +10, -10, +10. One of my favorites is to use the zoom box. So if I go to number 1 and press enter, I can move my cursor. I have a little more control this way. So if I want to go, let's say, here and up, and if I press enter, let's say here, And if I go down and to the right, I can just zoom in that area there, and it shows what I have in my zoom box. Again, you have a little more control using this. All right, so let's go back to our standard window, which is Zoom Standard. Now, oftentimes, you're asked to do an x and y-intercept. Okay, the y-intercept is probably the easiest one, so let's do it first. So what I want to do, up here you have your calculate mode. So if I hit second trace, which is calculate, to get my y-intercept, I'm going to go option number 1, which is value. I can choose any value for x that I want. But if I want the y-intercept, then x should be 0. So I just simply press enter now. It gives me that when x is 0, y is 1.333 repeating. And I can do this for any value of x that I like. So for example, if I want to know what the value of x is when, what's the value of y when x is -5. So if x is -5, then I have the value of y. So this is a real handy little tool. I much rather use this than the trace function, because with the trace function, you have to basically cursor back and forth, and it's not as precise. It's more of an estimate, or I like to go with just 1, 2 keys and then get my answer without having to do a lot of scrolling. Okay, for the x-intercept, let's go to second, calculate again. I'm going to use option number 2. Okay, so to do this, I put my cursor, I'm going to move it down to, let's say here, and press enter. And I'm going to scoot it past the x-intercept, press enter again. And then if I press enter, it's going to say that for the y equals 0, then my x will be +2. That will give me my x-intercept. What if we want to graph multiple graphs? So let's go up to y equals, and I'm going to clear this one. I'm going to say -2x plus 5. And for my second graph, I'm going to say 2x squared plus 6x. All right, so I have two equations now. All right, one will be displayed in blue, and the second one will be displayed in red. Okay, so if I hit graph, that's the linear equation, and this is the quadratic. Okay, we're missing some stuff up here. So there's several ways of doing this. I could zoom out, but this is fairly easy. So let's just go to Windows. Let's scoot down and make my Y max 20 instead of 10. All right, now if I hit graph, you should be able to see where it crosses both times. Okay, that looks good. What if I want to show just one and not the other? If I go to y equals, if I put my cursor on the equal sign and press enter, that one will not be graph now. So if I hit graph, I'll only show the second graph. Likewise, if I go back, I can turn the first one on, then I can turn the second one off just by toggling it on and off and hitting graph. And that way we can separate the two graphs if we need to. Okay, so let's go back to what we had. But what if I wanted to look at my data points? So if I go second graph, which is table, okay, my numbers start, wow, way out here somewhere, okay? I don't want to have the cursor all the way back up, so there's a way of fixing this. So if I go to second window, which is table set, I can give the value which I want to start at. Suppose I want to start at x equals, let's say -8. So I hit -8 and press enter, and then go to second table. Now it starts at -8. Or if I don't want to search at all, I can go here, back to here again, delete this. Suppose I want to I want 1 point. Okay, so I can go to ask. Okay, I don't have to put something here, I guess. All right, if I tell it to ask, and then go to table, I can put in any value I want. So suppose I want x equals 4. It will give me the value of both lines for x equals 4, which is often handy because you can go straight to the data that you need. What if I want to know where I have an intersection on this graph? Let's go back to graph. Suppose I want to know at what point does these two intersect? Well, we can go to second, calc, go to option number 5, which is intersect. Press enter. I'm going to cursor close to it. I don't have to be exactly on it, just close to it. And press enter 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And it says the intersection point is -4.5 and y equals 14.099. Likewise, if I want to know what the other intersection point is, so I go to second calc, number 5, intersect. I cursor down to here, press enter 3 times. 1, 2, 3. It tells me the intersection here. How do I get my cursor from, let's say, the blue line to the red line? Well, I just simply press the up and down key. So right now my x is -1.6 repeating. If I hit the down arrow, it's still at -1.6 repeating, but it's on the red graph instead of the blue graph. What if I want to know what is the minimum value of the red line here? We can go to second calc, go to minimum number 3. Okay, I'm going to go down. I'm going to put my cursor on one side of the minimum, press enter. Move my cursor to the other side of the minimum, just anywhere, press enter, and press it one more time. And then it says that the minimum value is at x equals -1.5 and y is -4.5. I hope this video was helpful. This video is going to be the first one in a short series on using the TI-84 calculator. Once you're comfortable graphing functions, we'll move on to more powerful features like tracing graphs, creating tables, graphing inequalities, regressions, and solving equations. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to check out other lessons on this channel. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.